So you know what that sound means. It's the annual Christmas show for the T21Mom podcast. Hey, Ron.
Yay.
Hey. Ho, ho, ho.
Yes, yes. Yeah, let's not. Christmas really isn't my jam anymore, but it's like, you know what? I'm not going to ruin anybody's Christmas.
Okay, I appreciate that. I love Christmas.
The one thing years ago I realized was that I was a willing participant in the world's greatest fraud to children, but it wasn't really a fraud. It's really more like a morality tale that works.
Okay, good.
So I'm a willing participant in that.
Okay, we all appreciate that.
Well, it's just me versus the world. No, I'm kidding. It's just not me versus the world. So how have you been doing over the past couple of weeks? Because this has been busy for you, I guess.
It's been a total whirlwind. Christmas is it's creeped up pretty quick, and I know we've talked on a few past episodes about my Advent cookie Christmas calendar.
2 thumbs up, really good, loving every one of them.
Awesome. I ended up doing 64 boxes, which exceeded my goal, and I think next year it will be even more. From what people are telling me, they're going, what? There's these cookie Advent boxes? I need to know more.
But I think you should do is I think that in the future you should actually do the number of boxes should increase every year to match the number of episodes that we have, because it's really hard to believe, but this is episode 88.
Ooh, I know. 88 might be pushing it for next year. Yeah, I'm just a one-woman show, and it was tough this year. I mean, I could probably do 70, and that would probably be my max. I'm thinking.
I really like the sticker on the box that said "Inspected by Dennis." That was really cool.
I had a few people comment on that, so which was kind of awesome. And on a little side note, Dr. Susan Fawcett, her partner, got her a box, and so when she gave it to her, Susan wasn't really sure. And we've had Dr. Susan on a few times, and she's going, inspected by Dennis. What's this all about? And then, she couldn't figure it out. And then she opened it up, and then she read the little letter, obviously, then she figured it out. And yeah, she's totally been loving it. So, and Sandy, her partner, told me, she goes, oh, I gave that box, and now I can ask for anything for Christmas that I want. So, yes, I've had lots of really great reviews, which has been awesome to hear. And I'm really happy to hear that people really love and enjoy them. So,
yeah. Well, is there one that's actually stood out so far that people have commented on?
I put a new one in this year called the Neapolitan cookie.
That was really good. I really liked that one.
Yeah, they are good. They're a little bit laborious to make, but they are good. And so I think they're going to stick around. But I had a colleague, she messaged me on the day that she had that cookie, and she said, Mary, I need to tell you, I think that is the best cookie that I have ever had in my life. And I said, that's awesome to hear. So, and a few other people commented too, oh, there's real strawberry in there. So I think they just thought it was just the different colors, but no, it's the different flavors. So
yeah. Well, the Mexican hot chocolate was a good one for me too. I really like that one.
Yeah, that's a good one too. And I got that from my roomie, Christine. She sent me that recipe. So, and that one has also been very popular. So
that was one of the ones said, oh my God, there's only one.
And I try to make them big. They're good sized cookies. So
yeah, but it's like, oh my God, there's only one.
Yeah. I can always make you more, Ron. You deserve more cookies.
I would appreciate that.
Okay, I'll do that in the new year. Okay. I still have a couple batches left to make for some orders, so.
That is, but seriously, those, like, both of those are really good cookies. They're all good cookies, but they were kind of outstanding. So
thank you. I appreciate that. I'm proud of my cookie box. So
how are you managing, like, speaking of, Christmas stuff, how are you managing with our unfortunate weather?
The snow? You mean that white stuff that falls from the sky?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of white, and this stuff is holding me hostage in my home because, like, where I live, on the top of that really steep hill with the really steep curves, right? I mean, you can kind of work your way down to flatland. Like, for me to get down to, if I miss the stop sign at the bottom, I'm in the water.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah. It's not that bad. I'm close to right off a bus route and the main road, so it's fine, although we are supposed to get another big dumping tonight, so we'll see. And I know
for those who are listening, tonight is the 19th, so
that we're recording this, so I think it'll be fine. I'll leave a little bit earlier for work tomorrow because I only have to work tomorrow and then I'm off until Christmas, so that's good. And
you're blessed with snow tires, and
I have snow tires, so which many people around here don't, because we don't get a lot of snow. But
I don't. I mean, I didn't, like, for me, because I no longer have to go to work like on a regular basis. When I was the guy that turned on the TV station or turned off the TV station at night, I needed snow tires to get to work and to get home.
Yeah.
But now I just kind of wait for it to warm up a little, like tonight's big thing, tonight's big dump of snow, Wednesday is going to be sunny.
Yes, but we have some cold temperatures, so it might not be warming up anytime soon.
Well, at least it's not the minus 22 I dealt with earlier in the year when I was in Kananaskis. So.
Well, that would not be good for us here in Vancouver, minus 22. It wasn't
good for me then, but...
Yeah,
it's those kind of temperatures where you kind of go, is global warming really a bad idea?
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, and Ainsley doesn't really care for the snow all that much. We went out a bit yesterday and she just wanted to come back in. So I think she doesn't feel very stable walking in the snow. So it makes it hard. So
what about your other preps?
A little bit more shopping to do. And I have a work order for 100 gingerbread men, not decorated.
Gingerbread persons?
Yes, gingerbread persons, politically correct. And another order for another lady who's ordered some cookies. And that's it. And then a little bit of shopping left, but not much. So yeah. What about you?
Well, I'm joining the majority this year, and I'm giving gift cards.
Okay.
So I was reading a survey the other day that said 56% of people want gift cards.
So then they can get whatever they want.
Well, I was talking about somebody with this the other day, and we were talking about it. I thought, you know what? We live in such a kind of a affluent society that trying to buy things for people is very, very difficult because people just buy what they want. So trying to find a gift that actually has, some personal meaning, is very, very hard. So if you give them a gift card, they can go suit themselves. But I was surprised at the number of people who said 56% of people would rather get gift cards.
Yeah, that is kind of high, actually. I mean,
and I don't think the study was done by like the Gift Card Society of America or whatever they call themselves. So I think it was a legitimate type survey. Yeah, my older nieces, they just want gift cards, so it makes it easy. I mean, I ask what they want, and they tell me where they want their gift cards, from where, so it makes it easy. Well, I mean, when I was a kid, I was always more grateful for cash. When I was sort of in my teens, I was more grateful for cash. But as a kid, I mean, you just love toys.
Opening presents, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the youngest person in my gift circle is my nephew, and he's 30.
So yeah, he's a full adult now.
Something tells me a train set or a fire engine isn't going to cut it.
No, I don't think so.
So
gift cards it is.
yeah. Well, and they're fairly easy to buy, especially with all this snow. You know, I can't get my car out because I'm not blessed with snow tires like you are. And so it's only a 20-minute walk up the hill both ways in the snow to the nearest shopping area where I can buy, Shoppers Drug Mart is there and I can buy gift cards there or whatever.
Okay.
So without giving it away, what's Ainsley getting for Christmas?
She's getting a little hard to buy for her because she can't really tell me what she wants. And she just had her birthday and she had shown some interest in soccer. So I had got her a soccer ball. And I kind of, for the last several years, have been doing the something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read.
Big fan of all of that.
Yeah. And I think, it keeps it simple. So, obviously got her some clothes and I got her a couple books. Actually, a friend of mine, Christine Milkovich Krause, she has written 2 books. And the first one is called Teddy Loses His Ears. And it's actually a true story of a cat that she adopted and how he lost his ears to frostbite. And, and it's
timely story.
Pardon?
Timely story.
Yeah. And also, the book is about, differences. So I think it's, kind of applicable. And she's also got a second book out. We can always put a little note, a little link in the show notes. And so it's I thought I want to support her and, in her endeavors. So I got those books for Ainsley, some clothes, and I got a little matching game, and I can't remember what the something you need is, but she always gets lots of stuff and some nice little stocking stuffers like chocolate from Purdy's and, some Bretts for her hair. And, oh, I know, I think I got her like a fidget toy. That's what it was. So one of those popper things. I don't know what you call them, but they're all over the house. So one more, why not?
Has there been any sort of Christmas pageant, Christmas thing at the school or something for her?
No. This year there was like the grade 6s and 7s had, I think, a band concert, and that was it. So I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't anything at the school. But Ainsley's been doing adaptive dance since I think the end of September. And
I didn't know that. Good for her.
Yeah, like my friend Janie, her daughter Ellie, who also has Down syndrome, is in the class, and Janie's been raving about the class, and it's a little bit of a ways out to get to, but I thought, you know what, I'll try it and see. And I think every class she participates a little bit more. And so they had a recital for all the kids this past weekend. And I wasn't really expecting much. So, I was talking to another mom and she goes, how do you think Ainsley will do? I go, I think she'll just sit there for the whole time. And she thought her daughter probably wouldn't really participate either, which I was sort of surprised at because she seems more engaged in it than Ainsley. But Ainsley actually did okay. She didn't sit down at all during it, and she was following along a little bit with it. And then Sophia, the other child that the other one was talking about, her daughter, she just wanted to be piggybacked the whole time. So it was quite funny. And there was one little boy, Nate, and he is just so cute. He always has his hair all gelled up, and he just had the whole audience, like everyone was just cheering because he was so cute, doing all the moves and rocking it out. So it was good. I was pleasantly surprised that it went, much better than I expected, so, which is nice. And I think, I wanted to give it some time, the dance, to see how she would enjoy it. And, and so we'll continue for the year. And, I think, yeah, it's something to do. It is a little bit of a drive, but it's nice that we're with other kids with Down syndrome. I just wish it was a little bit closer, but
whereabouts is it?
It's kind of on the Surrey Delta border. So
it is a ways.
Yeah. So that's
a bridge and a half.
Yeah. So, but it is what it is. So it's just part of our Saturday routine now. So, yeah.
Well, at least it's Saturday.
Yes, at least it's on Saturday. So, yeah.
So what are your traditions you're following this year?
Well, this past week, the DSRF, which we talk about a lot, the Down Syndrome Resource Foundation,
They do great work.
I know, I love them. And I'm trying to remember if they did it last year. I think it was a little bit different last year. And of course, the previous year.
Stuff.
Yeah. They had, I think they call it a magical morning. It's their Christmas breakfast. And it's just really lovely. And we're, to go and Ainsley was really good this year. And, it's nice. Like she's growing up and maturing. So it's nice to see. And saw some of our friends there. And there's always a gentleman who comes up and he sings about Angels, which is the song about our kids, which is just awesome. And then Santa comes, but that's always a bit chaotic. But all the kids were up on the stage grooving along, and even Ainsley was for a bit, and that was nice. And then back to school, like, because it was on a Thursday morning. And that's always fun. And then of course I gave them a bunch of cookies to sell, like, for the fundraise for the DSRF. And I'm hoping that we'll do some Christmas cookie decorating. I haven't quite arranged that yet, but I don't want to miss a year doing it. So I've been doing it. It's got to be almost 20 years.
This my oldest nieces and nephews and yeah.
So
because I think I lent you my camera one year and you took a whole bunch of pictures. This is when you were living here in North Van.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a while ago. So yeah, before Ainsley even.
Oh yeah. This was like and I'm not sure if I still have them. I'll have to see if I still have them because I don't know if you took them.
Okay, you should check.
Yeah, because I'm just in the process of cleaning out hard drives, so I'm sure I'll come across them if they're still around.
If they're still around. And I'm hoping that we can, now with the snow and everything, and with Christmas falling on a weekend, it seems like the month is shorter, right? And, I'd like to go and see the lights because Ainsley really likes to see the lights. Like
on the Triumph Street thing?
Triumph, and I'd like to do Lafarge. I was really...
I've heard that's like the Lafarge thing out in Coquitlam, I've heard is almost as good as Van Dusen, the Van Dusen Gardens.
Yeah, I've been to Van Dusen many years ago, but Lafarge is free. Yeah. Which is also good. Yeah. And it's been a couple of years since we've gone, because we used to just SkyTrain when I lived at my other place, so it was easier to get there. But and it's probably 45 minutes, to walk around. It's with Ainsley, so like to do that. But I also had a little Christmas party.
I saw those pictures. Your family looks like they're so much fun. Was that a blow up beard one of your brothers was wearing?
Oh, that was my friend's husband. Oh, no, okay. Lou. He's a riot. So a good friend of ours, she sent his gift was, I don't know how else to describe it, but I'll post the picture with his consent. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. It's like this blow up thing of Santa, and you put your head in the middle of it, so it's quite funny.
I was laughing. I saw that and I was laughing.
They were great. Yeah, no, it was great, and it wasn't like a huge party, and a few people couldn't come because it was snowing at their place, and they live up high. So yeah, my friend Marcy, but I'll see her on Christmas Eve, and a few other people couldn't come, but that's okay. And another person I know, she also had a Christmas party that day, and she called it the Kris Kringle party. So I think from now on it's going to be called the Cardinal Kris Kringle Christmas party. You can say that fast.
No. So much could go wrong by saying that.
Yes, it could. So so that was a lot of fun, and it was so funny because my friend Christine, I said, "Oh, I'm worried I might not have enough food," and she just started laughing because there's always enough food, and so the whole island was covered in
I was
food.
about to say, I saw like there was so much food,
Yes,
right?
I didn't even cook half the stuff that I had,
Yeah.
so.
No, it looked like there was lots of stuff there.
No, it was good time, and yeah, it was great. Just like the kids kind of all went and played off on their own. They seem to like the crawl space downstairs. I don't know why, but they like to go in there.
Kids, kids and cats.
Yeah. So,
They love tight spaces. They love exploring.
yes.
And
So
we should never really discourage that.
no, no. And the thing is, it is a little bit hard to get into. It's not like, because it's sort of like a half door, and you need like a ladder or a chair to get up to it. So,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the allure of going in the space. And it's carpeted and it's somewhat heated.
I remember that both my grandmothers grandparent lived in houses where there were crawl spaces, except in my one grandmother's house, the crawl space was like 10 feet high because of the size of because of the way the land sloped away.
Mm-hmm.
So so it was like 10 feet, and there was like, it was gravel, and then there was like, it was just an interesting place to explore. And then my other grandmother had the kind of crawl space where rodents live.
Okay, you don't want to go there
because it was only like, 2 feet high.
Mm-hmm.
And and all the wiring ran under the house, so anytime you needed to run wire, you had to go down there and actually run stuff under that. So it was, yeah,
That's not fun.
no, not at all. So
No.
So what about Christmas Eve? What are you guys doing Christmas Eve?
Oh, I love Christmas Eve. It's like my favorite night of the whole year. I don't know. I feel like there's a whole sense of peace everywhere, right? Everyone's nice to each other, and it's just this sort of calmness. I love it.
I used to, when I used to, work Christmas Eve, because I mean, we used to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and
Mm-hmm.
and driving home on Christmas Eve, 2, 3 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
it was like, one, it was like you say, very peaceful, very calm. And on the other end, a little bit disconcerting, because you think, this is what it's going to be like when the world ends. Because literally there was there was the buses, the few buses that were running, and the policemen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That was it.
Yeah.
So,
No, I just love it. It's we go to before Ainsley, I would go to midnight mass, which I loved. I loved the music, but obviously can't do that yet again with Ainsley. But we go to the kids mass with my brother and his kids, and and then I always go to my friend Marcy's or her sister. One of them always hosts like a Christmas Eve gathering, and Marcy commented, like, we've done this every year since we've been in high school, except for
10 years.
Yeah, right? A long time, except for the 2 years I was in Japan. So, yeah, I just really love it, and it's just a great evening. And I give Ainsley like a little Christmas Eve box that she can open, and I always include like a new pair of jammies and some chocolate, a Christmas ornament that I always put the year on, and a little Christmas book. So, but Dennis doesn't get a box. I was thinking about that, but I don't know what I'd put in his box.
Jammies, chocolates, something to read.
No,
Christmas ornament.
I don't think he'll
Why
go
should
for the
he be any different?
My tree is covered with ornaments, so I don't think I can give him another ornament. Give him an ornament, but yeah, maybe we'll see if he gets a Christmas Eve box. He doesn't. He's not a big chocolate eater, so
Well, you could always put chocolate chip cookies in there.
That's
You
true.
know he'd eat those.
Yes, he would eat those. That's true. I could do that. Okay, that's a thought.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And what about Christmas dinner?
I'm hosting Christmas.
Isn't that the second year in a row?
Mm-hmm. And I'll do it next year as well, because then the following year, so we're going 2 Christmases ahead, I'll likely be working. So, but yeah, I don't mind.
I know how that is.
Yeah. No, it's fine. And a friend from work, she gave me an awesome recipe for slow cooker stuffing. It was so good and everyone loved it. So
I have that recipe on my fridge.
Okay.
I have to try that.
It was so good and everyone loved it. And my family, a lot of them generally don't eat stuffing, but everyone ate it last year.
Wow.
And Nona is gonna, with my help, is gonna make her famous lasagna, which is nice. And we've discovered that a great appy is nachos.
Yeah, everybody loves nachos.
Will eat it. Yeah. So, and they're easy, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I love Christmas. I love it. And, it's different just having Ainsley. Christmas growing up was always crazy, getting up at 5:30 in the morning and the crazy excitement, but it's just a little calmer now.
Yeah. I was actually, when I started doing this hard drive thing, and I found some pictures from like 1965, 1966.
Oh wow.
Of my dad and my brothers and stuff when we were, little critters.
Little.
But it really showed like the difference in the toys, right? Like I looked at there's like a little train set, a figure 8 train set, electric train set. And there was this board game from a cartoon called Rough and Ready.
Okay.
Which was a big cartoon back in the 60s. And there was all like a little like a pressed metal garage that you would run your little cars into and out of. And it was, like I say, the difference in the toys. Right? Mm-hmm. Things you wouldn't see today. Nobody gets model trains for their kids anymore.
I don't know.
Really?
I think there's kids that would be into trains. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Leave a comment. Let me know.
Okay, we'll see.
So what's your favorite part of Christmas besides, Christmas Eve and cooking for your family? And because I know like cooking and baking just give you general joy.
Well, cooking, it's not my forte for sure, but I'm learning to enjoy it more. And a turkey is pretty easy. You put it in the oven and forget about it. So
I stuffed mine with lemons.
You know what? I did that last year and it was so good.
Yeah, it's like it keeps the meat, like you don't get a dry turkey.
Mm-hmm. It was really good,
especially if you're doing the stuffing outside of the bird.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that again this year. I just love having my family together, and just in seeing everyone, like having our little party last weekend, and that's what I love. And I love giving gifts and baking and doing all that stuff. So yeah, all those things for Christmas. Yeah. And oh yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Oh, something you forgot to tell me. This is new.
Well, from the retreat.
Yep.
Right. There's a group of us who went on the haunted pub crawl.
Yes, I remember it well.
And so we've all been keeping
something about some former president that actually grabbed people's bums as a ghost.
I can't remember which one it was, but if I go back and listen, I'll know.
Andrew Jackson? Anyway, never mind.
Yeah, someone will know for sure.
Yeah.
So
I know it wasn't Abraham Lincoln. He just wanted people out of his bedroom.
That's exactly right. Yeah. That was an awesome story. So we've all been kind of keeping in touch, like through Messenger. And so I suggested, hey, would any of you want to do like a Zoom hangout, like a Christmas Zoom hangout, like with a glass of wine And they all said, yeah, let's do it. I mean, it's a little challenging because the majority of them are on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast.
It just means you can start drinking earlier.
Yeah. So we're going to do that. And Amy said she would have a good haunted Christmas ghost story for us. So that's fangirl Amy from the retreat episode. So I'm looking forward to that. That should be a lot of fun. So, and to see everyone again. So it's been a really great connection to meet all these ladies and just to keep in touch with them and just to know what's going on.
Is Ainsley going to have a like, you know, you've said before about Ainsley doesn't like the snow, and you know, just what does she like about this time of year?
You know,
she was actually helping you with, you know, the Advent boxes, right?
No, I did most of that while she was like sleeping. Right? Yeah. I mean, she does help me make cookies though. And this year she actually helped put some decorations on the tree, which I think might be a first. I think this is the first year she didn't do a lot, just a few, and I would help her. But, you know, where she showed some interest in that. And, you know, I know at this time of year I love Christmas, but there are times that it's hard because, you know, I don't have a typical child who has that excitement that other kids get for Christmas or seeing Santa. I think she kind of understands the concept of Santa or kind of knows who he is, because we're going to go and get pictures done later today, actually, with Santa. You know, so, and then she's starting to get into the cookie decorating a little bit. Like, I mean, she might only do one or two, but really my younger nephews who are, how old are they? 12 and 13 and a half. You know, they really only want to do like 4 cookies anyways. So, you know, I make all these cookies and they don't want to decorate them. Yeah. And I do think for a lot of people, Christmas is just a hard time of year. Like, you know, you might not have family, or you can't get back to see your family, or you're alone.
We used to refer to them as Christmas orphans.
Yeah. And I think
many of them wound up at our house.
Yeah. And I think we have to acknowledge that, because I have a friend from work, you know, and I said, you know, because she doesn't have any family. And I said, you know, you're welcome to come and have Christmas with us. She hasn't confirmed what she's going to do for Christmas or not. I don't think she'll come, but I want her to know that she's obviously welcome to come, because I don't think anyone should ever be alone at Christmas if they don't wish to be alone, regardless of their circumstances. And it's just hard. Like, you know, it's financially can be hard, you know, socially it can be hard because you don't have anyone. You know, I would love there to be a little bit more excitement here at Christmas, but that's why I love having my family over and doing the cookie decorating, because then I can get my fix that way. So yeah.
Yeah, the kind of joy through osmosis.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and because like Ainsley's not like really that excited to open presents either. Like she'll kind of open them, but you know, like a typical kid, they just tear through it, and you know, she's not like that. And I've heard that from a few other parents too, that their kids are the same way. I don't know if that's a Down syndrome thing or what. Who knows?
Moving from Christmas, New Year, what you doing?
Oh, I really got to get back to running. Like, we have a treadmill now, so I want to start using that. And yeah, I mean, it's been a real challenge with my foot. You know, it'll be 2 years in March. I don't think at this point it's ever going to be 100%. Like, I don't think it'll ever be normal.
Well, you may have to put up with race walking or walking briskly, or rather than like because I mean, running involves so much compression, right?
I mean, I can run, just
I couldn't run to save my life now.
Okay.
Like, if I was being chased by a bear, that's it. I'm dinner.
Yeah,
And we do have bears just outside my house here.
I know. Yeah. I'd like, and I really want to be more organized this year, and because a meal prep is just it causes me a lot of anxiety, trying to feed Ainsley and Dennis. And just being organized to do it, because I don't get home usually till 6, so it's hard. And I think those are kind of my little goals for the new year.
Well, I think I told you what I do with stuff. Like I put them in vac seal bags.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I go to Costco, I buy 6 chickens.
Yeah.
Because that gives me, like 9 meals. It gives me 6 dinners and three sandwiches.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? And then when I bring them home, I cool them off a bit, put them into vac seal bags, and they last like 6 months. And I just take them out the night before.
Yeah.
And then it's like just boil some rice and steam some vegetables, and there's dinner.
You're good. Yeah.
So
that's sort of my.
And I got an air fryer, by the way.
Oh.
That's really, like, get yourself an air fryer. That cuts down, like, if you're going to do pork chops, it's not 45 minutes, it's 18 minutes.
Wow.
Right? So
yeah, I've thought about those Instapots too. Very fast.
I have one of those. I hardly ever use it.
Okay.
But I use the air fryer all the time.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Because it's like rather than heating up your big oven and wasting all of that energy, you do that. I like 380 for 18 minutes in the air fryer does a pork chop. Oh, and I bought a big one, so I can actually do 4 pork chops.
Yeah. Okay.
And those are the Costco pork chops, like the thick
nice
ones.
Thick ones. Yeah. Okay. So, note to self.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I think the air fryer was like $150 or $160.
Oh, so that's not that too expensive.
No, and there's so much stuff you can cook in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's So anyway, there's your Christmas tip.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
For your organization tip for next year. You just basically take out your pork chops or your chicken thighs or whatever. Make sure they're thawed, right? And then put them in the air fryer. And that's dinner, right? Like, again, rice and vegetables or potatoes and vegetables. You can even roast potatoes in your air fryer. So
wow. Okay, that I didn't know.
Yeah. So it's basically a small oven, but it's like a small convection oven.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Anyway, so other than running and meal planning, is there anything else you want to,
I'm sure I'll think of something, but
like paint your den or something?
I'm not painting anything. Nothing. I need to clean that up and organize it. That's part of my organization.
Don't we all have that problem?
Yeah.
Or excuse me, it's not a problem. It's a situation.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit more organized this year in a lot of things. So, and just like with Ainsley's therapies and, I get, there's so much paperwork and everything and, just all of that, trying to be more organized and on top of it, because often I'm not.
So what do you have planned for the podcast for the next year? I mean, I realized going on a bit of a break for a while because you've been working so hard.
Well, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a break and start up again in the new year and just, hopefully have a little bit of a fresh look and maybe adding a few things, stay tuned and we'll see.
Things in the pipeline, things in development.
Yes, definitely. So
as they say in the defense game, working in the skunk works.
Okay.
That's where all the secret projects are done.
Oh, okay.
So you're buried in skunk works right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we call it secret squirrel work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, some stuff that I'm excited about. So we'll just see how it all kind of pans out. So
okay. Yeah. Well, it's good to have a chat.
Yeah, we haven't talked in a while, so.
No, that's my fault. I got all this stuff going on. So I hope, you guys have a great Christmas.
Yeah, and you too.
Yeah, well, it's going to be quiet. we were supposed to host, my older brother was supposed to have Christmas this year, and then my former sister-in-law and my other brother decided that things were going to happen differently than what we had planned.
Okay.
Hey, that's okay. It's as long as we're all together, I don't really care.
Yeah, I think that's what's important. Doesn't really matter where.
No.
As long as you're together with the people that you want to be together with.
And she's an excellent cook.
Even better.
Far better than, my brothers and I will ever be. But Merry Christmas, and hopefully we will be chatting soon.
Yes, I'm sure we will be.
All right. Take care.
Thanks, Ron. And thanks for listening to the T21Mom podcast. And as always, I would love to hear from you. Tell me your stories, what's going on in your life, what's new with you. You can contact me via email at info@t21mom.com. You can also find me on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter at trisomy21mama. It would also mean a lot if you subscribe and leave a little review so we can be more searchable for others in this Down syndrome community. Keep on loving on your rockin' kiddos, and we will see you in the new year. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Ho, 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 Mary.
Thanks, Ron. Ho, ho, ho.